In the last video, I have presented something called dark energy and it's my idea. And in this video, I want to share some of another ideas which supports the last video. Okay, in this video, I am going to talk about time. Time, it's been a nightmare for many scientists for centuries. And when we think of time, what comes to our mind? Time is just like a river flowing from upward to backwards and going to somewhere. We have all the idea that time is just like a one-headed arrow, and we have noticed that it can't flow backwards, it can only flow forwards. So we at present have uh, one vision of time. So what Einstein has said about time? He proposed two theories called general theory of relativity and special theory of relativity, and both are related to time. And let's talk about general theory of relativity. It's the restructured form of the gravity, theory of gravity proposed by Newton. And he says that everything in the space around us can bend and stretch, and it can warp. The space is just like a fabric what we wear. So whenever we put the mass inside that fabric, of course it would bend and it forms the warp around itself. And that's how gravity works, he said that. And interesting part is, he not only said that only space will bend, he told something interesting called time will also bend along with the space around that mass. So what he would mean by this bending of the time is time dilates. I mean, time runs very slower on that bending portion. And according to special theory of relativity, whenever the object travels at higher speeds, the mass of the object increases and the size of the object decreases, gradually changes to zero. When the object attains the speed of the light, the mass becomes infinity and the size becomes zero, according to Einstein's special theory of relativity. And at the speed of the light, time stops. He says that time stops at the speed of the light, because as we travel faster and faster, time runs slower and slower. So these are the two visions Einstein's had. So you might have thinking that what is the relation between dark energy and this special theory of relativity? Okay, I will explain you how I will coordinate with that to my idea. So I said that when we travel back in time, we would partially convert it into energy and transfer back into higher dimension, and later it can be transferred to a lower dimension. That's how dark energy works, and it's the form of anti-gravity. So I had a vision that at present we don't have any equipment or any vehicle traveling at the 3 lakh km per second, because it's highly impossible to give infinite energy in order to travel with the speed of the light. So let's have an thought experiment. We are sitting inside the spacecraft and we are moving at the speed of light. So I will give an analogy. Consider the fan at the roof of your room. Consider the regulator has both directions. I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and -1, -2, -3 up to -5. You can regulate it both so that you can turn it right side and left side directions, clockwise and anti-clockwise. So if the fan is running at +4 magnitude, then you want to change the direction and you may wish to run it at the -4. Then the fan must cover 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and after that -1, -2, -3 and -4. It can't be travel from 4 to -4 directly. So this is what exactly happening at the speed of the light. When we travel at the speed of the light, time stops. Einstein said that, and he also said that if any object tries to cross the speed of the light, although it is impossible, cross the speed of the light, theoretically, time flows backwards. It may seem a fiction, but all fictions resemble all the most of the fictions resemble physics theories. That's not so strange about physics. It happens all the time in the field of the physics. And when we cross the speed of the light, pretending we are in a spaceship traveling at the speed of the light, time must flow backwards. And I said that time is just like a fan at the your roof of the room, and time must comes to zero, and again it would turns backwards. So what we are experiencing in this process is we mass are infinite at the speed of light, and when we cross the speed of the light, even the infinite mass must travel back in time. So you can't expect one mass to be have existed in several different times. I mean, in the before crossing the speed of the light and after crossing the speed of the light. So I think when it crosses the speed of light, it may have entered the higher dimension in the form of energy. And why I am considering this only the energy means, consider the Big Bang. Big Bang happened 13.8 billion years ago, and physicists say that there was no before the Big Bang because it is the part of the creation of time, light, and space. These three entities created at the moment of the Big Bang, I mean genesis of the universe. So Big Bang created an energy of 10 raised to 67 joules. There was no mass, no galaxies, no stars before the Big Bang. All the stuff what we are experiencing and what we are seeing, watching, is concentrated merely less than the size of an atom in the form of energy. And what Higgs has said about that energy, Higgs particle, or Devakana in Kannada, they say, the God has created all this universe with that infinite energy. And so mass can be observed as with reference to time, and energy is independent of reference of time. We can't say that this energy is present in this and this energy is present in future. This energy, energy is still there, and energy was there, energy will be there, and only mass is the form of energy, as Einstein's equation say is equal to mc square. And hence this will give a partial profound realization that when we travel back in time, I mean, I'm considering the speed of light crossing phenomena because we don't have any practical aspect that we can cross the speed of the light in the present universe in our world. So this is how I want to relate my idea on dark energy with Einstein's special theory of relativity. Energy is, I think, it's the independent of reference of time, and mass can be existed. So it confirms me that only energy could travel. Energy could travel in time. So since it's frameless of time, this may leads to the conclusion that when we travel back in time, we would partially convert it into energy depending on the past history of the universe and what are the phenomena are created in the universe. Thank you.